this side of the premise, I only got to see 2 weeks before. First time
Okay.
I'm seeing.
Oh,
I always thought it ended with the.
no, no, it's a lot of work we have done
Yeah.
on fodder. Yes.
Then
There's some-
Prakash sir was like, "Haven't you been to the pond?" I said, "Yeah, that pond I know." Not that pond. Go to this pond, he said. It will be unfair if I tell that I have a very good understanding of food, at least from a consumer's point of view. But at least I have a little bit of an idea. So let me give you a scenario. What if I want to start an organic farm? I have, say, a little bit of land, maybe 1 acre land. How do I then start my journey into becoming a farmer?
See, this is a classic question, Naveen. Okay. So if you really look at Indian context now, there is no school which teaches farming. There are schools and colleges which tell about crops. They never ever discuss farming. Crop and farm, they're two different things. Crop is specific, the farm is diverse. So you talk about potato as a crop. For example, we are growing potato. Okay, now you see there. And that is a specific crop, how to grow that crop, okay, how to do make hills, how to plant a potato, okay, how to feed them nitrogen, okay, what is the difference between a nitrogen in air versus nitrogen in soil, okay, all those things they will teach, okay, but that is not farming. So the way the farming, okay, from traditionally in India, at least in agrarian societies like ours, has been, for example, my father got his all knowledge from his grandfather. My father passed on to me. Okay, then I pass on to my next generation. So the farming as a knowledge, okay, gets passed on like this from generation to generation. In the farming, you know your land quite well. Every corner of the land, you know what can be grown, what cannot be grown. Which crop comes good in which corner of the land. What are the sowing seasons? What is the preparation we need to do before sowing? Before rainy season, what you need to do? In summer, what you need to do? Winter, what you need to do? It is actually passed on from generation to generation, generation to generation. Without inherent knowledge of, okay, this farming ecosystem, knowing crops is useless. You should start thinking farming. So your question is it about growing crops or is it about farming? So growing crops, you can go to any agricultural university, they will tell you. But when you start farming, using that knowledge to a specific geography, specific soil, specific way of, okay, people capabilities, actually the results vary. That's what farming is. A crop patterns gets adapted in a soil in a specific geography, okay, or single crop or a multi crop, okay, those gets adapted. So if the question, why that question is coming, how do you get started with farming, or is it conventional or organic, it doesn't matter. Is because that knowledge which was there from generation to generation, is gone. Okay, that's the challenge. So the question is, how do we equip people who want to do that? That's the question. How do you equip people who want to get into farming? They don't have any farming background. How do you want to get in? Actually, we need to show them practical demonstrations. This is exactly how the farming is. We need to take to a farmer and put there for 10, 15 days, work with him, eat the food what he is eating, okay, farm along with him, and you will know what farming is. It is not correct to say that I will teach you farming. There's no school doing that. You have to learn, you have to seek. Unless you want to do that, you can't do farming. That's the limitations of farming. It's a basically seeker's world. So, Naveen, if you want to do farming, you should seek, you should ask questions. Why this crop is not growing here? Why that crop is not grown here? Okay, you should ask me why we are growing ginger here. Why you are doing hilling for ginger?
I'm asking you, why are we doing it?
See, in fact, the ginger now is not native to this. Okay, the crops gets adapted. Ginger needs specific ecosystem. Okay, now you should create that ecosystem in a farm to grow the ginger. That is the knowledge of farming. And if you don't do hilling, hilling is okay getting okay a little bit of a okay soil padded to okay next to this one. You can see there now it actually is on top of a hill.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't do hilling, okay, it doesn't do that rooting properly. So the output will be very less. So crop growing tells this.
Correct.
But when you come and practice, you have to see practically who has done it.
Correct.
So that's my recommendation. Go search a farmer, stay with him, understand what he is doing. But what is farming's fundamental philosophy, Naveen, is you want to do farming to grow food for yourself.
Yeah.
And anything extra you grow, you can share or you can sell. More often than not, farming is done because you want to sell. So the problem actually starts from there. That is the root cause of all the problems you see now. Every crop is focused on farming. Focus on every farming, every crop, every farming okay, initiatives, they are focused on market. Not is that first look at yourself, know what you want, decide. There will be surpluses.
Yeah, true.
For example, in this farm, okay, in the 7-acre farm, we got 250 coconut trees. You can't eat all of it yourself.
True.
Okay, and something surplus comes, you sell, but remaining thing you use it.
Yeah.
What are the things you can use it from coconut tree? Let's start thinking. No, just sell the nut.
Yeah.
Keep the fiber, keep the leaf front, leave everything and rejuvenate the soil. We need to start thinking like that. We can't assume coconut tree, everything I'll say economics. That is when the farming fails. So therefore, when you do farming, you need to really be very clear that most of the produce which is coming from an output actually goes back to soil. Part of it, you use it for yourself, and maybe most of it you can sell. But you should learn how to farm, not target market. For example, if you think the market is what's happening, for example, area where we are right now,
Yeah.
it is a 500 to 700 millimeter rain area, Tiptur belt, okay? Last 2-3 years, craze about growing areca.
Mm.
Areca needs lot of water.
Yeah.
This area doesn't support water, that amount of water, 500 to 700 millimeter rain. Everybody is putting areca because market is there. Now, does the soil support that? No. Does the water system support that? No. So this is where we start failing. We are targeting market. Okay, we are trying to grow a crop to sell in the market.
Yeah.
So that's a very unfortunate path we have taken. But the question is, can we revive it? Yes, it is possible. It is possible, definitely it is possible. See, for example, you are walking here, you saw ginger, okay, you saw potato there, you saw a little bit of greens and vegetables, rice beds
Yeah.
on that side, okay, and as we mark, okay, you can see the coconuts are integrated. You can see there are trenches and bunds here. Trenches, okay, harvest rainwater. Bunds actually stop, okay, topsoil depletion. So these are the elements get okay added to any farming ecosystem.
Correct.
You can just have one monocrop,
Yeah.
but that's not going to work. Initially, the results might be there. I can grow entire potato in the 7 acres, but it is not going to work. Initially, yes, good results, but later on, you'll see if the entire potato goes for a blight, okay, it's gone. So, how do we come out of that? You have to diversify, diversify, diversify. That's the fundamental of farming. If anybody wants to do 1 acre, quarter acre, half an acre, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
First, think of a farm as something you want to grow for yourself.
Correct.
And think of a farm you can diversify. Okay, and then what is the surplus you get, you plan to sell and make some money. So if you start with that thought, actually you will make a lot of money. But if you start thinking I want to sell in market and make a lot of money, what you will do, you'll start giving a lot of external inputs. Get that chemical manure, this chemical manure, that spray, this spray, everything, all the money actually goes in there, extremely input driven. So my suggestion for anybody who wants to start farming, think of how to cut external inputs into your farm.
My so at least when it comes to me, I'm not talking about everybody. My question comes from like I want to eat good food. That is primary motive here. But I'm also maybe when I look around for sources of information, I'm confused because, especially even my father's generation, they have seen a lot of fertilizers being used. They have seen, the I won't call it the brunt, but they are the generation that went through the green revolution and saw a lot more of, I don't think they understand, or at least they don't want to. I don't know what is the right reason, but they feel like there is a need to use urea, there is a need to use additional NPK. So I feel like I don't have a source to learn. That's the first one. And secondly, I want to start an organic farm because essentially I want to eat good food.
Yes.
I am told that organic farm takes 2-3 years. So I feel like it's a matter of privilege for me. I can afford it because I have another job, but maybe somebody who wants to immediately start eating good food, it is a journey for them, or like it's not something that they can start overnight. What is the truth about it? Like,
See, one suggestion I have is remove the concept of organic out. Think of farming. Okay. Traditionally, conventionally, there are a lot of farming systems which existed. Okay. Fundamental of them, as I keep saying, was for subsistence. Means I want to grow for myself. Okay. So now, if as you are saying, is your okay interest is to grow food for yourself, how you can do that? Very simple. Get started. And there will be thousands of failures. You should be ready for it. Okay, and there will be failures. Not every crop will succeed. That's the reason, don't focus on a crop, focus on diversity. So now if you walk in here, no, you see now papaya plants. Okay, now this farm is under organic cultivation probably around 7 years now. Okay, to get a papaya like this, okay, in an organic farm is quite difficult.
yeah,
It,
these
it,
are
it
quite big.
okay, quite big. Okay, no, not the question of big. I'm to say the harvest you can see here.
A lot of
Yeah, a lot of papayas you can see here, and typically you see there's a drying leaves. Okay, in a conventional system, this is not allowed. For this one, they ask you to spray.
drying
Okay,
leaves.
yeah, drying leaves, and also you can see these leaves actually already attacked with mildew. Okay, these are actually, you can see here these dots. You can see here. Maybe you can see here. Come here. See here. These dots you see.
Yeah.
Okay, actually here you can see in the back, no,
Backside.
you can see some mildew. Okay, it attacks. Okay, and for everything they recommend a spray it. My question is why?
Sure.
So this is where the difference between a farming and a crop. You are looking at only a crop. You are not looking at the grasses. You are not looking at the microbes. You are not looking at other things which are going to attack your farm. So attack, no, I should ask actually, this is an organic farm. Why I have this problem? Means there is something deficient in the soil.
Correct.
I should start from that angle, investigation. Not to spray to this and feed something to the market. So this is a big problem. I mean. So the way the farming gets done today is market focused, and you actually kill the entire food which is market focused.
But if I were to just do it on my own, and if my neighbors were not practicing it, do you think it will still be an effective way to just go about with my?
Yes, there are mechanisms. You can, if you want, don't, if neighbor is not practicing organic farming, and you want to still do organic farming, you can trench it to block the water from that area to come to this area. And if he is spraying a spray,
Yeah.
and you don't want the sprays to come on this side, you can do a hedge crops, okay, so that the spray doesn't come on this side. There are very, very simple techniques, but that's not the biggest problem, Naveen. Learning to grow food is the biggest problem in an organic way. What neighbor does, leave it. Those all can be contained, but can we do it in a way? For example, if you come here, no, see a lot of problems in these leaves. In a conventional system, this will not be allowed like this. You have to spray. See here, these are all yellow turning. Is not allowed. So here you can see here, you can see.
I'm just curious, why is it not allowed as long as papaya is okay?
No, basically they focus on the fruit size.
Okay.
Okay, market, it needs to be perfect fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can see there are patches on this. You see that?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
In a conventional system, they don't like this. Consumers got used to shiny things. Now, if I pluck this and take it to market, The consumers don't want this. They want very, very shiny, beautiful things. You see here, these things. Okay, I'll show you on a ripened, this one I'll show you. Here you can see. Here if you see here. These are the patches you see.
This looks perfect to me.
This looks perfect, but okay, consumers don't like this. Yeah. So you see here, these dots here. So these dots here don't like it. So therefore, spray and keep it clean, keep it to consumer so that he can buy. That's not okay farming. Actually, you're feeding consumer something you should not be eating. So that's the problem, Naveen. So is it possible to change this? I don't know.
Why do you do it then?
No, no, that's right. Why bother?
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you know best and keep eating good food. Okay, and keep sharing your good food and get 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 consumers whom you know. Explain them, this is what I am doing, this is the problems I am facing. Okay, do you want to buy this? And build markets like that. That's exactly how we need to tell consumers.
But honestly, food right now, I think there is at least a little bit more conversations on it about the quality of food that is available. Do you think, and it's a big problem, right? Food security, quality of food is a nationwide problem. But at least for my eyes, and I might be wrong here, I feel it's mostly individual driven, private organization driven. This whole movement towards organic, good food seems to come only from smaller places. Do you think that is the only way to go about, or what can we do as consumers?
See, the consumers, whatever small or big, it doesn't matter, should actually pick those kind of initiatives and support them. Consumer is the only person who can change how the farming is done today. Yeah. Consumer should tell, if you are sprayed, I don't want it. Then what happens? People start getting into okay thinking mode. How do you meet the consumer need? So the challenge is consumer. I told you, you want shiny papayas, no dots, perfect. It's a consumer demand. They are growing it. Right. You tell, I don't mind those dots, but I don't want any poison. I want nutrition in that. That's what is required. So that's the only way. This is the only way. Keep educating consumers. Small, big, private, big, okay, or small initiatives, remote initiatives. It doesn't matter. Go and explain this to consumers. I think they will understand.
I think we'll walk out of this place. You can show me more of the farm.
Yes. So as we think here, okay, and you can say this is a plot where we are growing papaya in the midst of a coconut garden.
Correct.
Okay. So this is exactly how we all should think in terms of diversifying the farm. If you don't diversify farm, you are doing a monoculture, then there is a problem. So you can see here this patch,
Yeah.
this patch you see here, a lot of grasses.
Yeah.
Water stagnation happened, growth didn't happen. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't break your head. Let water stagnation happen, lot of rains. It's okay. But next year, I'll guarantee you, you get 2 times better crop. Because grasses went there, they are fixing the soil, okay, and soil organic carbon, okay, goes up because of grasses. So that's exactly how this entire thing works, Naveen. So here, if I stand here, in the middle of this one, you might not look like something, okay, but you can see here, we have integrated, what is this?
Jackfruit.
Jack. So we have integrated a jack here. So what is that?
Guava? No.
No.
This is
Sitapal.
Sitapal. No.
So this is Sitapal.
This one.
Yeah, this is Sitapal. We have integrated Sitapal in the middle of a coconut tree. And in 4 or 5 years, you will see output from here.
I would have assumed at least this is not great for the Sitafal tree because there are other plants
Yes.
sucking the nutrients. That's how I've been conditioned to believe.
It is not true. It is just not true. So see, plant needs some amount of nutrition to grow. Okay, and these things what they are doing, soil organic carbon is going up. And what is your job? To make sure culture microbes without spraying. So generally it gets sprayed, it gets into a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I know you touched upon it, but is it really worth the effort? Sometimes you just feel, you look around, you see the amount of effort that's put into growing one papaya. and then the money that it fetches, the or the lack of appreciation from the consumer's end, how do you still do it? How do you want to still go about doing this?
See, it's not the question of somebody appreciating. I think it's a question of conviction. So, is this the right food for me? First, start thinking from there. Then you think about consumer. If it is the right food for me, actually you will give the same food to consumer. That is the ethics of farming. Whatever I eat, I should be able to share with others. That is a guest or a consumer, it doesn't matter. But if I can't take that food, I should not share with consumers. So therefore, in my opinion, I know how the food is grown, effort is worth it because I am eating it. So therefore, to grow my own food, I need to put effort. Okay, keep integrating crops. So you can see here,
Yeah.
so this crop is coming to an end, bit like a gourds, okay, coming to an end. In the middle, you can see
Mango.
mangoes. In middle, you have prawn gourds. Gourds actually coming to crop end. So you need to start thinking and integrating like this. This is very, very important. Very important aspect of farming.
Yeah.
And also you can see the far end. You can see a lot of, they are called mulch trees, gliricidia. That is gliricidia. Every year we chaff them, make
Grows
manure,
back also.
grows back. Okay, and we make a lot of manure out of that.
Yeah.
So that manure gets back to the soil. So then soil becomes into a closed loop system. Nothing is going out, everything you are growing locally, putting it back, increasing the soil organic carbon, microbial activity, microbes growing organic carbon, okay, into nutrients. So the cycle starts.
How important is it to have like a cow or a goat along with the whole? I mean, again, we are talking very small scale,
Yeah.
maybe half an acre, 1 acre plot. Do you think it is viable to keep a cow also? And how important is it? Because I am assuming if I want access to good manure, I would need cow dung.
Mm.
I would need, goat dung, chicken poop. All of them are really good manures. So how important is the animal husbandry in the whole equation here?
See, first let's think, no, why the cow? Why cow in the first place? You see a lot of grasses being grown here. You can see this is garica, okay, dhruva grass, okay, and it's amazing, okay, what you call soil organic carbon increaser, okay, sequestration happens. Cow is the only ruminant. Cow is one category of ruminant. Can eat cellulose. It is useless for us. And convert that cellulose into fat and protein. Beautiful, no? Fat and protein is what actually we eat. That's exactly how digestive system has evolved. So we can only digest fat and proteins. We can't eat grasses. Grasses, cellulose cannot be digested. So cow enables that mechanism of converting this cellulose into fat and protein. Okay, one part of it. Second part of a cow is a dung, no, is full of microbes. So now I told gliricidia, you chaff it, mix with little bit of a cow dung, it becomes an amazing manure in 45 days to 90 days. So then you apply to the soil microbial level goes up, okay, and also nutrition, NPK aspects in the soil keeps going up. That's the reason of integrating any animals into farming ecosystem. It could be a goat, okay, it could be a sheep, it could be a cow, or it could be a donkey, it doesn't matter. These are the guys who eat this cellulose, convert something which is useful to us. So that's a fundamental philosophy of an animal into a farming ecosystem. So now you can see here, okay, now this is bitter gourd, okay, little bit of a bitter gourd going on,
That's fine.
okay, and there is a mango grown. There is a next low is a sitapal, you can grow there, and some sowing activity is ongoing. So these are the things which are really, okay, we need to start thinking like this.
Is this the manure you were talking about?
Yes, this is the manure. You can see the cow dung manure which has been applied here. Okay, and there, okay, they are planting, okay, some vegetables there now. So, but what are the crops you see? You saw sitapal, you saw mango. Just now we got done with, okay, bitter gourd. Now we are starting with some more vegetables,
I
okay,
like
planted.
how wherever possible, you not remove the grass.
Yes,
It's kept
yes,
there.
it's kept, okay. And that's okay. The grass actually can go back again.
Yeah.
It can go back, okay, to the soil. Also, you can see here we are trying to put some trellis now for growing gourds. You can see there in middle of a mango and sitapal plantation. You can see now next vegetable crop is going grown.
So I would think this is very labor intensive, right? Do you think a family can just do it
Two people, okay, should be able to manage, okay, 2 to 3 acres of land very easily.
easily?
Yes, but we need to just think of integrating horticulture. What is horticulture? Mango, okay, sitapal, banana, okay, a little bit of a jack, guava, and they become once in a 6 months, once in a year crops. You have a regular income, and these things you grow it for a monthly income. Okay, and also you should have something in a daily income, that is milk.
Yeah.
So that's exactly how a farmer should work. If a farmer needs to be engaged like from 9 to 6,
Yeah.
and there should be a full job here.
Correct.
So if you're just growing one crop, there's no job for you.
Correct.
Yeah, so yes, there will be labor involved, labor intensive, but if you are enjoying employing yourself for, let me say, 9 to 6, you will be able to get things done.
But you were saying like economically successful models are at the end of the day what will convince people to
Yes,
move, right?
yes,
So
yes.
I'm just wondering if I take that extra effort to grow organically
Hmm.
and there is another farmer who's not taking that effort, spraying, whatever. Um, I'm assuming my cost of producing a fruit or anything is a little higher. I'm assuming. And when I go to the market, and if the market is not ready to pay me extra or give me more time, whatever is the factor there, then what is the onus to continue? I mean, I understand the good food argument, of course, that I am eating good food, but perhaps I'm dependent on that extra income also to survive. So how do I then, like, or how can there be intervention to ensure there is good, I mean, at least decent money available?
See, again, no, the argument is double-edged sword, okay? Are you growing food for selling or growing food for yourself and surplus you want to sell? So organic production systems over a period of time will stabilize and cost of production will come down. Initially, yes, it will be higher cost, but we should be able to beat conventional, okay, farming, okay, output.
Yeah.
Conventional farming, it is cheaper. You need to understand only one reason, because inputs are subsidized. NPK gets subsidized, urea gets subsidized. Urea is 2,500. Farmer pays around 2,000. Sorry, 500, and 2,000 rupees is subsidized. Do you know that? So that's the level of subsidization which is happening. That's the reason it is cheap. If you pull out those subsidies, it is as expensive as organic farming produce. So that's exactly how we should look at. Technically, you are giving taxpayers money,
Yeah.
okay, and subsidizing the crop to be grown in a chemical way and you're eating junk. So therefore, the way you should look at is arguments, okay, for sake of the producer, what he should do if he is doing a organic produce. I think there are a lot of avenues. Locally, actually, there are a lot of people are willing. You'll be surprised to know, Tiptur itself, no, a lot of people, very, very small town, lot of people want organic produce. Market exists, but somebody needs to organize that market. Very, very small markets, but it's enough. Okay, we don't need not dream of a big tons and tons, it's not required. So therefore, any organic farmer who is producing, market exists, not that it doesn't exist. But you should be able to go to and tell them, hey, this is my produce. I'm selling at a premium because cost of production is a little bit higher. Please support me. Consumers will actually will support. And second part is, if you are growing a lot of crops which are commercially quite big, let me say you are doing a plantation of banana of 10 acres, okay, in organic conditions. If that farm is diverse like this, okay, and I don't see a problem in selling. But in between banana, you would see some gourds, okay, you would see some mango, you would see some papaya, you would see some sitapal, okay, you would see some jamun, you would see all of it. In a diversified system, when it goes to market, you will take 10 kgs of banana, okay, 10 kgs of tomatoes, 10 kgs of ginger, 10 kgs of, okay, gourds, 10 kgs of this one. That is where, okay, you can easily sell it off. If you are thinking of I'm growing thousands and thousands and thousands of kgs, want to make money in organic, the market doesn't exist.
Correct.
So that's the reality. Okay, so therefore start building those markets, start educating customers, get them and show what you are doing. That's very, very critical.
I see a pond there. What is that all about?
So we generally do farming by lifting the groundwater. There are shallow and deep aquifers. Now we have emptied all our shallow aquifers, maybe within 300 feet. We have gone beyond 300 feet, 800 feet, 1000 feet, 1500 feet and lifting water. For millions of years, that water was there.
Yeah.
So this is a farm pond. Any excessive rainwater falling in this area gets accumulated in this and gets into seeping.
Correct.
So therefore, whatever water you are lifting by a means of a tube well or a bore well, you are actually giving that water back to the.
Yeah.
So this is not water stored, okay, for irrigation purpose. No, excessive rainwater actually comes.
Yeah, I don't see any pipe or
No,
anything.
nothing. It's actually farm pond design is that.
Yeah.
Water has to nearly seep in, and you should not do lining for a farm pond, and direct all the excessive water in a farm coming in here. This is what is happening in this one, Naveen. So the tube well we are using down the line. My belief, it's again a belief, I don't have no scientific proof that this water I'm giving it back, that water I'm taking it out. Every farmer has to think like this. He is taking certain things out of soil, he has to give it back, be it nutrition, be it soil organic carbon, be it water, be it anything.
Was it a existing setup or did you make it like?
No, we made it.
We made.
We made it. This was artificially made, and this mud was excavated and bund was put in here. That's it. That's the only
So how
thing.
do you then pick the right location for this? Is it based on like?
Yeah, based on how you have to just watch. Okay, generally if you get a topo survey done of your farm, it actually tells the gradients, where the water is going, from which side water is growing, how it is flowing. So when a rainy season, okay, where the most water comes. So therefore harvest that and allow it to seep in. Don't use it for agriculture. Not required.
Yeah. Very interesting. I think just a very, you can call it a personal question. Do you just come here and just sit here because it seems very peaceful to just be here?
Yes, I can actually enjoy here. Shilpa also enjoys. Only person who doesn't enjoy is Shreyas. Okay, he thinks, okay, lot of birds are chirping, it is disturbing him. That's what he told last time. But kidding apart, it's very beautiful, serene. And you can see here, the picture of transforming the 7 acres.
You can see from here.
You can see here. You can see from the whole picture here. Glycidia grown, okay, and at least 10 crops we have integrated in 7 acres.
What is the future plan now?
No, you build on that. Now we have integrated horticulture.
Yeah.
Okay, provide support to those trees.
I see brinjal.
Yeah,
ladies
yeah,
finger.
correct. Yeah, you can see ladies finger here.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see there's a pumpkin there.
Yeah.
Okay, they're small plots. They're not very acres and
Correct,
acres.
correct.
Very, very small. Okay, maybe 10 cents of land we are doing. And honestly, Naveen, we are also learning. So that's what is happening here.
I think that's the biggest takeaway from this, in that there's no end to learning.
Correct.
We are all just
So-
in that journey. I think you, sir, are far ahead in the journey. I think it's maybe a starting point for me.
No,
as well.
in fact, the question you asked, no, I want to get started with farming. What should I do? Start learning. Go to a farmer, spend time with him, have a meal with him, and ask right questions to him. He'll happy to put a little bit of a helping hand. Okay, maybe he's seeding, join. He's plowing, join. Okay, have his stay with him for a day. Understand him, then he will teach you.
Correct.
So learning has to happen. You need to learn farming, not cropping. They are two different aspects.
I'm curious though, what do they teach in these agriculture universities? And because there seems to be, I mean, we are an agrarian nation. It can't be that we've never thought of teaching farming.
Yes. So the agricultural universities, they are producing amazing graduates. Okay, they are becoming sales and marketing executives in biggest chemical companies in the country. That's it. Okay, the full stop. There's no other thing which is happening in our agricultural universities.
I think the biggest takeaway is that I think as consumers, if we start pushing for that good food, I think the journey starts there.
Yes,
Yeah.
consumers should ask Every brand they should hold by neck and ask them, I don't want food with chemicals. Where is my food coming from? Is it free of chemicals? Tell me. They are accountable. They are supposed to provide the data to consumer. So that's exactly how we should build this movement.
Yeah. I think maybe, sir, you can show me there, that
Yes,
area
yeah.
also.
So you can see the bee box there. So that's exactly how we integrate bees.
This
Okay.
smell is from.
No, the smell is okay. Actually, is from the lantana smell out there. Lantana flower smell. Yeah. Just to summarize, every farm, a 3 acres farm, should have a farm pond and harvest all the rainwater and store it. Fundamental. Second thing is you have to focus on the diversity, getting multiple crops organized, one dependent on the other. That reduces the risk and also increases the income profile of a farmer. Third and important aspect is ecology. Human is part of this ecology. Human is not outside it, he is part of it. So we need to really start understanding how to preserve the ecology as it is, first part of it. Second thing is how to build it further. What is the ecology? It's microbes, it's trees, plants, birds, humans, animals, crops. Everything you see in nature is part of the ecology. It's a fairly complex, lot of interdependencies. We don't understand it honestly.
Correct.
Nobody has understood. So what is that? We can just become part of it. In my opinion, these three elements put together is what is farming all about. Understand the water quite well, diversify the farm, make farm ecologically sound. So if you understand these three elements very well, and you can build a very good, profitable, dairy farm or a conventional farm or a organic farm or whatever, it doesn't matter. But these three elements are critical in any farm.
So ever since I came here, first time I saw here, Prakash sir brought us. After that, every time I visited the tour, I've come here and sat.
There's a story behind this 7 acres, okay? I have not told this one to anybody, but maybe you can record it. This 7 acres now is a little bit of a lot of emotions involved, especially for myself and Shilpa. 2010, when we left Wipro, we had actually settled down in a remote village near Magdi, village called Chitnalli. There we had taken up some land, and we started cultivating, we started growing our food. That's where Shreyas grew up most of his youth, young age, starting from age of 4 onwards, we were there in that village. And we took up some land, and so it so happened that we started Akshayakalpa in 2010, 2013 we got into big trouble in Akshayakalpa. I had to dispose all those lands. By the time we had already farmed for 7 years, it was a very well established farm. Shilpa was really disturbed, and then I wanted to buy the land again. So technically I could not have bought because land reforms were not allowing me to buy land because of income issues, etc. So recently when they modified the land reforms, we bought these 7 acres of land. Shilpa wants to grow food. So we're trying to grow food for her, for ourselves, and any surplus we want to sell in market. So that was a very emotional sale.
Yeah.
We were in the verge of bankruptcy, 2013, and I sold it very cheap. 13 acres of land, I sold it for around 20 lakhs.
Oh my God.
It was a distress sale.
But essentially, that was where Akshayakalpa was at
Well,
that.
at that point of time. Without that, we would have gone.
I think a lot of people don't understand the
Yes,
backstory
yes.
and emotions behind institutions.
Very difficult if we don't really understand cash flows to build companies. And more often than not, we make mistakes of not understanding cash flows and trying to run the business. It's not at all possible, Naveen. At least in our case, Tony came in 2019, has streamlined a lot of things. Especially how we understand the cash itself has changed. We have become a little bit frugal and little bit what you call strict. Okay, and Tony is very strict in that sense. Okay, um, we have built a good. He has built a good team around him. That has really helped. And also, thankfully, we got right investors. Okay, that is also there. Okay, without them, okay,
I think it's testimony to your good work, right? I don't think they'll also come without seeing something in it.
yes,
Yeah.
I think there's a belief exists that the entire team, the work what it is doing, actually it is very transformational. But not many people outside the context understand. Oh, this is a farm, you're growing food. In fact, that's not what it is. We are trying to change a entire generational shift what we are trying to do. Trying to get young people into farming. How do we get them? Make them farm, not grow crops, but farm. Okay, it's a complex concept.
I think one of the conversations we had before this, I asked what we are, and you said we are a soil management company. So I
Yes,
think we are a lot of things.
yes. So see, the Shreyas wrote a blog, Medium blog. He didn't write it properly. How do you do trench and bunt? Okay, this is when we started on the far end. He has taken some photos and put it in Medium. Afterwards, he stopped it. But I was trying to ask him to document what is trenching and bunting. Okay, so it's very important.